Shabbat Shalom, Kal Halal, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, even the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. Shabbat Shalom and salutations to all the brothers up pushing the word and truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. To the Akwat that are listening, learn, and being a pillar of rest, the 144,001 the hopeful elect of Israel. I'm the brother Yashawan. And a quick lesson, if you will, about Travis. What we're going to do is we're going to filter old Travis here through the scriptures, all right, with his current events. And, I mean, this 3 hours ago is today, Prepared Homestead. And this is a peculiar, I didn't know what to think about the video, and no one is coming to say to you, this guy is a Christian, and he interjects. Sometimes he pull out the Bible and try to read from it, right? And he's praising old JC, right? So why would he say this? It was my question. Why would it, are you losing faith there, Mr. Christian? Okay? No one is coming to save you. And then he said some interesting shit that I didn't know he was going to say. So some very informative stuff going on here. So what we're going to do is we're going to just filter his information through the scriptures and see where it takes us. All right, that's what we're going to do today. And from his title, we're going to go straight to Matthew 1 and 21. No one's coming to what? Yahushai, you. Okay? So let's go to Matthew. Okay? Because that name is there. What does that name mean? It's the book of Matthew 1 and 21. Okay? And she, talking about Mary, shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahushai, right? For he shall save. There's his name right there. Save. Who shall save? Yahushai shall save. Shall save who? His people. Who are his people? Well, specifically, the elect of Israel. He even told you who his mother and brothers were not. Okay? So he's going to save his people. Who is he going to save? The elect. So who are his people? The elect. From their sins. All right? So that's who's going to be doing the saving. So when you say, no one's coming to save you, what are you talking about? I was waiting. I was like, what are you talking about, Travis? And it surprised me when he got to what he's talking about. And you know what? Guess what? He was on point when he said no one's coming. When you hear what he's about to say, which is crazy, right? Going into the Venezuelan gang members, because that's the biggest story. Just like he said, what he's saying, he said, the biggest story out there right now is the Venezuelan gang members. He said it could be a psyop because it's starting all of this avalanche of other shit, right? That's branching off from that, and you can clearly see that this is designed to bring chaos. So let's listen to what Travis is going to say. We got Yahushua. Let's get Satan's devices real quick. Got to throw that in. Core. 2 core 2, right? And 11. Right here. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. One of his devices is, remember MS-13? If we type this in, right? Who, just like America created Al-Qaeda, America created ISIS, and they worked for America, who do you think these gangs work for? The Bloods, the Crips, the MS-13. Who do you think MS-13 was working for? Okay, well, let's find out. If I type this in, MS-13 works for the Clinton Obama administration. So back then, during those administrations, the Clinton-Obama administration, the gang of the time was what? The MS-13. So they used them for muscle and scare tactics. For what? Why? Here's the question. Why is, in Denver and Aurora, Colorado, gangs are taking over apartment building? Why? And nobody's doing nothing about it. Why? Okay. There's a couple of words that go along with that, right? Trafficking, human, child, body parts. How are those things facilitated? Through these cartels, through these gangs. So if you're wondering why nobody's going over there and blowing up the whole block like they did in Philadelphia with the Move group there, right? If you're wondering why, because somebody got them there working, business is being conducted, all right? Allegedly, fair use. This is under the fair use and allegedly, right? But you got to think about it. If a Negro sneezed in the hood the wrong way, they would send a P. Diddy style raid to his house. Okay, when I say P. Diddy style raid, they can do that at any time at some apartment complex. They can do that at have a shootout, or they could blow up the whole block like they did in Philadelphia with Move. Okay, why are they not doing that? Because something else is going on. Okay? All right? And I explained it already. All right, so what are we looking for? This. Where does this take us? Is that going to come out? Trump falsely claims. Trump blames. See how on immigration. See, this is tied to immigration, MS-13. These gangs are tied to immigration. Why? Well, you got to keep that border open. Why? Well, what's coming across? Well, humans. Humans on the highway. What's on the highway? Traffic is on the highway. Children, babies. Okay? What's going on? What's not being talked about? Well, the gangs are being talked about, right? And how they're able to avoid justice. How? How are they getting away with it? Well, somebody's facilitating it. Who's facilitating it and why and where does it go? What's not being talked about? Okay? So, here's what's going on. All right? This is not this is a matter of public record. This isn't conspiracy theory or whatever you want to call it. Let's see. Bear with me for a moment. Let's see if I can do this. See where that takes you in YouTube. So you have to understand what's going on. What does this mean? Obama administration allowed 16 members to resettle into. See how long this has been going on? MS-13 is tied to Obama, tied to the Clintons. That's their muscle. Okay? That's their illegal muscle. See, he's gonna tell you that right here. Well, you got to understand how the prisons work, and all of those people are being used. What do you think they're doing in the prison? They're making shit, aren't they? That's business. Okay, people be forgetting what's really going on. So anyway, the new MS-13 is now what? Okay, so anyway, let's watch Travis. We're gonna listen to Travis. Right? And I know I'm rambling, but we're listening to Travis. I might stop it and grab a scripture. All right, here we go.
There were a couple of different times that the rain made it to within maybe a few hundred feet of our property and stopped. A neighbor up the road talked to him, and he's like, "Oh man, it just poured here. It just poured." He said, "Man, there's water standing everywhere." And I said, "Well, we never got a drop." So it's that kind of rain, but we could still get some more this week, which is always a good thing. Getting on to things that of importance that most of you care about, not the weather where I live. This whole illegal immigrant invasion thing that I mean, it's been going on for years, right? But it's like I said, it's coming to a head, and more people are paying attention to it. More people.
What is it? Okay, what is not being talked about? What is at the heart of it? Who's allowing it to happen, even though it's so heinous and all? You have to understand. What are they hiding? Well, shit that can't be talked about. Okay? Blood. All right? Blood drinking. Okay? Hey, and these cartels, these gangs are highly into witchcraft, cutting chickens and spells and all manner of high level witchcraft. Okay, along with their the ones that are running them. The higher you get up into politics, hey, there's the whole side, the left hand, right, and it's going down. So anyway,
Noticing what's going on. This Aurora, Colorado, is really garnering a lot of attention right now. I actually have friends that live in that area. I have people part of our group that they have family that live out there. So I've been able to get some pretty solid intel on what's going on and what it's like. And yeah, it's as bad as you're hearing, and guaranteed it's worse. In fact, someone that I know has a family member. That one video that you've probably seen where it's a parking lot, looks like a mall or a shopping center, and it's just destroyed. And the person making the video say that they're taking over, Venezuelans are taking over. A friend of mine has family that lives 4 miles from that location. So
no, he just set up this whole situation. Watch what he's gonna say is being created from this chatter, if you will. Listen to what he says.
Yeah, pretty good, solid intel, and it's as bad and worse than what you're seeing. There's also, when this kind of stuff happens, especially when it becomes extremely popular, when it's really trending online. A lot of times you get people that get on there and they try to take advantage of the moment and maybe make a little money. And I don't know that that's exactly what's happening, but it's possible. It also could just be people that are, whether independently or through some organized government effort, trying to spread disinformation like psyop. I don't know. But the information has been spread that the Hells Angels is on their way to Aurora, Colorado. And
Woo! Huh? So since nobody, you see what's going on, and let me tell you, the Hells Angels is a gang. Who do you think runs the Hells Angels? The higher up. They don't just do what the fuck they want and roll. They report to these politicians, right? Their heads report to everybody. Reports to somebody. So if the Hells Angels think, okay, and see, people know that if you know things like that, then you know they ain't just gonna roll on somebody else's operation that comes from up top. Why you think they ain't done this? You think the Hells Angels aren't involved in or know about what the hell is going on in Colorado? Of course they did. Been going on, just like this guy said. Well, it's been going on. Well, what are they not talking about? Right, the trafficking element of it, right? And all that comes along with it. Body part, the whole damn thing. Okay, and it's ugly. It's huge. It's in everybody's face. Been going on forever. But now the Most High is bringing it to light, and they can't hide it anymore. Okay, the Most High is bringing it to light. So anyway, again, what is not being talked about? When you add that element, everything makes sense. Oh, this is what they're doing. Oh, this is how they're getting away with it. It's being facilitated from the top.
It's possible. It's possible that that's happening. I looked into it for a while, and I cannot find any solid evidence indicating that. There's a lot of people online making videos saying that they're coming to Aurora, Colorado, and then there's a few people sharing videos of guys on motorcycles driving down the highway. None of them that I have seen look anything like the Hells Angels.
Because there's politics in it. You just can't. They could get a. Do not mess with. The Hells Angels can get a direct order. I'm not saying that they did, or I'm not speaking on their behalf at all. But the politics that go on, the higher up you get, they can be told, look, you got to stand down. We can't get involved in that. And the point that I'm making is, whoever is conducting that operation, right, has the clearance to do so. Otherwise, they blow up the whole complex to prove who's in power, who's in charge. And they haven't done that. That means that they're allowing for it to move forward.
Several of them aren't even videos from the United States. You can see there's little things in the background that they're in a
So watch out for the PSYOP. That's out there.
country. Some are in other states. Some have already been proven to be old videos. So I've not seen any solid evidence that the Hells Angels is heading to Colorado, and I'm not trying to put those guys down. I actually do have a somewhat connection to them.
Well, he's affiliated. No. Now he's going to go into that how they can't save you, and he's actually right on that. Okay.
At least know a little bit about them. And I'm not confident that they would be the savior of Aurora, Colorado.
And there it is. That's why I was like, why did he put this in his title? I had no clue he was going to bring in the gang, the motorcycle gang, and equate it. But, anyway, it made for good commentary. It makes for, hey, things are happening. If nothing else, wars and rumors of war.
Either.
Wars and rumors of race war, right? Wars and rumors of gang war. Wars and rumors of civil war, right? It's all there.
Is this kind of stuff, the illegals bombarding an area, it's happening everywhere. Yeah, it's trending in the news that it's happening in Aurora.
It's not trending, it's trende. It's trende del agua.
But certainly it's happening in other places. In fact, I've had several people email me that they either live in or live across the street or very near an apartment complex that's having similar problems. Maybe not the entire apartment complex, but that illegals are just moving in mass, taking it over, and pretty much running it as their own thing. So this is happening everywhere. This certainly isn't the only place that this is all going on. And because of that, a lot of people have reached out to me. I've seen comments and videos that it's like, well, where can we go to avoid all of this kind of stuff?
The 15-minute city. Here's the answer. Oh, well, you got a problem where you stay? Well, come over here. We got gated. We don't let in gang members, and we'll keep you safe. Just put this C-hip in your hand. You see where this is going?
Where is the safe place? Oh, well, it's happening.
Peace and safety.
These blue states, it's happening in the red states too, folks. Eventually, this problem will be mostly everywhere. I mean, maybe not every little tiny town and little crossroad.
You see what they're setting up? So I'm coming down from the mountain. My wife and I worked last night up in the mountains. We stayed, and then we're coming home. I'm like, what is that development over there? I'm passing on the freeway. I'm like, look, that's huge. What are they doing? They're grading, the ground. They're working with the ground and setting it up, zoning it, basically. for this huge, huge complex. And then she tells me, "Yeah, oh yeah, it's all completely self-contained." I'm like, "Oh, you mean like a 15-minute city?" She goes, "That's exactly what it is, right? Because there's no way that you could be building, and I mean from when I say the ground up, I mean the dirt. All right, when they're digging, they got the graders and the you know the cats. They got the caterpillars and shit out there working with the dirt. There's no way that you're going to build anything from that level and it doesn't uh, subscribe to what is coming in the future. Okay, so that's where we are with it. That's why things like this are allowed to happen. Problem, reaction, solution type situations, so that they can pass laws to be able to, have a 15-minute city. That's what they believe they're going to bring into fruition here.
But most cities in the United States will be dealing with the effects of this eventually. Most of them already are. Most towns and communities in the United States are already dealing with illegals, and they have for a long time. I mean, way back.
A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, right? Where am I going? Let's go here first. This is 2 Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So that pretty much covers everything we just watched. Right? Race war, uh, uh, apartment war, whatever you want to call it. Hood war, gang war. It's all right here. Yeah? For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. This is verbatim, has to do with what we're looking at. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. If they lock down a whole city, Aurora, nigga, we got Aurora. We got Denver now, right? For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their good because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. No, somebody's coming to save us. Who? Yahushua. Who is he coming to save? The elect of Israel. I don't know, Travis. I don't know. You did all right. You did all right. You said some good things in there. So sometimes you got to check out these preppers because they bring out some good stuff every now and then. Sometimes they're on point. Even if they still calling on the wrong names and stuff like that, you don't know who could get called out in the last moment. So with that, we hope that the elect are ratified. I just wanted to go in there real quick. We hope the elect ratify you, brothers and sisters. Shabbat Shalom.